brand new audience to hear his Jinwoo worship stories. And as a certified Drippy Woo fan club president, you know he's about to brainwash these new recruits into becoming die-hard Jinwoo stans. But just as he's about to start his TED Talk on why Jinwoo is the GOAT, a voice from behind calls him out. "Oi, what the hell are you doing messing around when you're supposed to be working?" Tusk immediately malfunctions. Which dumbass dares to question him while he's wearing the same robe as their lord? My guy is ready to verbally annihilate whoever it is until he turns around and sees Igris. Tusk's whole attitude does a 180 so fast it gave the orcs whiplash. He switches to his adorable puppy mode, all innocent, and asks Igris why he came looking for him. Meanwhile, Igris, in full big bro energy, just tells him that the moment he's been waiting for is here. Igris was gathering all the general rank shadows so they could properly cheer Jinwoo on like a bunch of overprotective older brothers. Tusk, hearing this, darts to the window. And what does he see? A live broadcast of Daddy Woo and Mommy Cha's long-awaited reunion. And just like that, the entire Shadow Army starts cheering like it's the finale of a K-drama. Resident narrator Igris is back at it again, reminiscing about the first time he met Drippy Woo. He remembers how Ashbourne himself had given him a direct order to test his successor, and so he waited in the castle, knowing this was probably the last mission he'd ever receive from Ashbourne. But there was one thing Igris couldn't wrap his head around. Why did Ashbourne forgive the rulers? Why did he take such an interest in a mere human? But hey, being a loyal soldier means not questioning the boss's decisions, so he shrugged it off. If his lord said this random Korean dude was special, then fine. He'd do his part and follow orders. No questions asked. To prepare for the test, Ashbourne sealed Igris's original powers and sent him into the dungeon in the form he once had as a knight. Now stationed inside, Igris took a moment to appreciate the castle. The level of detail? Immaculate. The architecture? Straight up a masterpiece. My guy was genuinely shook at how the architect built such a fine-ass palace using Ashbourne's power. As Igris sat on the throne, he sensed Drippy Woo's presence just beyond the door. He decided to strike a badass pose and just sit there like a final boss. But then, a random intrusive thought hit him. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Schrodinger's throne crisis. Igris started overthinking his life choices, wondering if he was sitting on the throne too arrogantly. Was he being disrespectful? After all, this human coming in here would inherit a part of Ashbourne's consciousness. Sitting in his chair might be low-key, disrespectful. So, in a last-minute panic, my guy scrapped the whole idea and hid behind a pillar instead. As Jinwoo entered the castle, Igris watched closely from the shadows, analyzing him. And even though this was the last mission entrusted to him, he decided, if Drippy Woo wasn't worthy, he'd cut him down on the spot. With that, Igris stepped out of the darkness, ready to put Jinwoo to the test. The mic as our narrator. Looking back on his first meeting with Drippy Woo, he remembers how Drippy Woo was the walking definition of an